Okay, so this is page 132, preterite of stem changing IR verbs. So, ¿te acuerdas? In the preterite, AR and ER verbs don't have stem changes, even if they do in the present tense. So, if you had jugar, right, a regular AR verb, mi equipo jugó muy mal. You don't have that. If it was present tense, you would say mi equipo juega, right? Yo juego, tú juegas. That jugar turns to an ue. But whenever you're doing it in the past tense, the preterite, you just say mi equipo jugó, tu equipo jugó, or So that's how you do that. My team played very poorly and lost. Mi equipo jugó muy mal ayer y perdió. So over here, only IR stem changing verbs have a stem change in the preterite. If an IR verb such as sentirse or dormirse, notice those are both reflexive, right? So it's really sentir and dormir. But to make it reflexive, when it's saying it about itself, you say sentirse or dormirse. Has a stem change in its present tense form. Then it also has a stem change in the preterite, but in its third person forms only. So before we had these boot-shaped verbs, L-shaped verbs, now it's not going to be an L shape. It's going to be a sandal shape where it's just the last two, okay? Just the bottom two. I'll show you. But this is what you're used to when you have these stem-changing verbs. But now you're going to have some that do just this on the bottom. It's not as hard as it sounds. Let's look at it. So you have sentirse, okay? So I'm going to show you on my janky little drawing here, because I'm going as fast as I can to try to make all these videos for you guys. Sentir means to feel. Sentirse is the reflexive of it, like if you don't feel good, yo me siento mal, or tú te sientes mal, or something like that. So that's the reflexive. Okay, so if this was present tense, you would say, yo me siento. I'm going to say I feel bad. Yo me siento mal. Tú te sientes mal, right? So él se siente, but then you'd say nosotros sentimos. See how the S goes just SC on sentimos, where the others went E to ES stem changer, right? Right here, E to ES stem changer. And then on the last one, ellos se sienten. Ellos se sienten. So that's the present tense. That's what you're used to. But when you do that in the preterite tense on these verbs, we'll call them a sandal-shaped verb if that helps you. Preterite tense is e to e, not e to ie. And it only happens on the bottom. So you would say, yo me sentí. Tú te sentiste. Let's go across over here. Nosotros nos sentimos. But on the bottom ones, they're different. Él se sintió. See the I? That e turned to an e, right? An English E turned to an English I. Él se sintió, ellos se sintieron. So you're going to have this form of verbs that are stem changers, but they change in the preterite tense, where in the present they were e to ie. In the past tense, they're e to e. And in the present, when they were looking like a boot, now when they go e to e, they look like a sandal, just the bottom. Okay? So here's dormir, to sleep. So dormir is to sleep. To make it reflexive would be dormirse. Like él se, dormirse would be like you're going to go to sleep yourself, or he's going to go to sleep himself. Okay, so present tense is o to ue. You're used to this one. You've learned this one before. Yo me duermo. See how the dormir turned to ue? Ue. And this one stays the same. So there's your L shape. Yo me duermo, tú te duermes, él se duerme, nosotros nos dormimos, ellos se duermen. But when you come down here to the preterite tense, instead of it being o to ue, it's just o to u. See? It's o to u. So it's a stem changer, and it's going to be just the bottom, the sandal. So yo me dormí, tú te dormiste, él se durmió, nosotros nos dormimos, and ellos se durmieron. And please forgive me, I don't have the accents written down there. So yo me dormí should have an accent over the the E there at the end. Tú te dormiste. Él se durmió. That should have an accent over the O. And nosotros nos dormimos. And ellos se durmieron. Okay? So now let's go back to the book. The rest is a little bit more straightforward. Other verbs that follow this pattern are morirse, to die. Morir is to die. Preferir, which is prefer. Seguir, to follow or keep going. Divertirse, to have fun. Pedir, to ask. Servir, to serve. And vestirse, to dress oneself, to get dressed, to put on clothes. So, los niños you have morir. Los niños se murieron. Okay, so that O turned to an U. Los niños se murieron de la risa cuando me vieron. Those children died laughing when they saw me. Se murieron, because it's reflexive. Those children, they died themselves when they saw me, right? Laughing. They died themselves laughing. Seguir, to follow, right? Seguir. Seguir followed by a gerund. Remember, your gerunds are these things that ends with A and O. Like if you're saying talking, you would say hablando. Estoy hablando, I'm talking. Jugando, I'm playing. So, seguir followed by a gerund means to keep on doing something. So, comenzó a llover, it began to rain. Comenzó a llover, pero el equipo siguió jugando. It started to rain, but the team kept playing. Or let's say it was swimming. It would be siguió nadando, or playing, like playing the piano, playing music. El equipo siguió tocando música. Okay? And finally, the verb reírse. Reír is to laugh. Reírse is to laugh. Risa is laughter, right? So the verb reírse, to laugh, uses accent marks in the preterite when the E is pronounced as a separate syllable. So you have yo me reí, tú te reíste, él se rió, nosotros nos reímos, ellos se rieron. Se rieron. So notice how some of those have those little accents on them. So, ¿les gustó la película? Sí, nos divertimos y nos reímos mucho.